Alright, so recently Wargaming came out and talked about the Giulio Cesare, and they said that basically they were going to adjust the ship. Now they tried to talk about adjusting it. They were going to up tier it to tier 6, and they were going to basically change some characteristics of the ship to fit tier 6, of course, because it doesn't have the armor layout for a tier 6 ship, the 25 millimeters. Um, and they were going to. They seemed to try to basically make it seem like they were going to buff the ship. But remember, they're also up tiering it to tier 6. Now, if you're up tier to tier 6, you're going to be facing tier 8 ships at this point. So they're going to have to do quite a lot to actually make the ship good at that tier. Now, the reason for me making this video is because I own the ship. I know you're not able to actually buy it anymore. I do own the ship, and it really puts me in a situation where I'm thinking to myself, I own this ship. I purchased this ship. I purchased the ship as a tier 5 ship. I purchased this ship with the characteristics that it has. And now, after a nominal, after about 6 months, however long it's been since I've owned the ship, now they've just decided that they want to basically change the ship. Now, I know a lot of people have come out and a lot of people have basically said the ship is overpowered, the ship is too strong, and I don't deny that. This is the reason why they don't sell the ship anymore. But they sold the ship with the specifications, with tier, and with everything going at that tier. Now, some people will say, well, they didn't realize it was going to be as strong as it is, and I would argue that that's bullshit, because there is no way that they can sit there and they can say, oh, yeah, our community contributors, our testers, our super testers, none of those guys said anything about the ship being strong. So we didn't know because none of them said anything. Because I can imagine a lot of people came out and said that the ship is too strong. So the problem is, Wargaming understood that the ship was too strong. They knew this already. They knew that a lot of people who wanted to purchase the ship would, of course, look at what the community contributors had said, their favourite ones, Notza, Flamu, whoever it may be, and then they will buy the ship based on what those community contributors said. So they didn't nerf the ship, even though a lot of people were saying it needs nerfing because it's too strong. They sold the ship knowing that people would buy the ship because it was strong. Why would you not buy a strong ship? Who would go, oh, that ship's really good, I don't want to buy it? I mean, are you serious? Who would do that? And now we're in a situation where Wargaming can just decide, if they feel like it, they can just decide, um, actually, we fucked up. Well, yeah, actually, guys, we fucked up, sorry. I know that you bought the ship, but we're going to change it now. Sorry, guys, because we messed up. But in reality, Wargaming didn't fuck up. They knew exactly what they were doing. And to me, it feels a little bit like false advertisement. Because, okay, sure, when you initially purchased the ship, you got what they said you were getting. But now they have altered the parameters of what you're getting. Now they're like, no, you can actually have it like this instead. So what is going to stop Wargaming from thinking to themselves, we've got some other ships that are really strong as well. We don't sell those ships anymore because we know they're too strong. But I'm thinking that maybe we might nerf the ships We're not too happy with how strong they are, so maybe we're going to actually change the characteristics of the ship. What stops them from doing that? There's really nothing that will stop them from doing that, and this is the big worrying factor. Now, I don't actually play the ship too much, but for me, I buy my ships based on what I'm told, on the information I'm given. If I'm told this is a strong ship, if I'm told this is a fun ship, then I will buy the ship. And then just to know that Wargaming can decide, in their infinite wisdom, they can decide when they feel like it, let's change the ship now. It's a little bit scary, because I own 20, 30 premium ships maybe, and for me to sit there and go, oh crap, anytime they feel like a ship is overperforming, they can just say, we're going to alter the ship. We're going to alter it because we feel like it. You know, it's not doing well. Now, again, like I said before, the ship is strong. Definitely, it is a strong ship. And that is why they don't sell it. But it's quite clear to me that Wargaming have this plan of, oh, the ship's strong, but we'll release the ship anyway. There have been multiple instances of this happen. We've had the Kutuzov. The earliest instance was the Gremyashi. Everyone knows the old Gremyashi. Very strong ship. They stopped selling it. We had the Kamikazes. Stopped selling those. Very strong ships. We've had the Belfast. We've had the October Revolution. We've had the Kutuzov. I'm sure there are other ships as well that I'm probably missing off this list. So there have been numerous occasions where people have come out and they have talked about how very strong these ships are. Wargaming have not reacted to that feedback, but instead they have decided to let the ship be sold in the state that it is, to only then come out after the situation and go, oh, we can't sell this anymore because it's too strong. But by that point, it's already had the 6 months or so of it being sold in the shop, and because of that, they've got the main sellers. They've sold to the main consumers. The people who wanted to buy the ship at that point have already purchased it. And then they say, oh, it's too strong, we can't sell it anymore. People are not really buying the ship. How many people do you see going into the shop and going, I'm going to buy the Tirpitz, I'm going to buy the Atago? How many people do you see who actually do that? They don't. People will only purchase the newest ships usually. So to me, it just seems very, very sneaky. It seems very, very sneaky. And it doesn't paint a very good picture for the situation. It's pretty worrying that Wargaming can do this to the player base, and that I can see some people saying, oh, well, I'm pleased the ship's getting nerfed. I'm sure you are. If you don't own the ship, I'm sure you're very happy it's getting nerfed. Do I agree that the ship is too strong? Yes. But do I think that it should be nerfed after they've sold it to me in a state that it is? No. Because I bought the ship in that state. I just don't feel like it's very good business and like it's very good for consumers that you are just going to go, let's just change it up now. Let's just switch it up. Would you really go into a shop, buy a car, and then the car manufacturer said to you, oh, some of the specifications on the car we don't like. We're not too happy with some of the specifications. Send the car into us and we're going to change it. We're going to change the top speed of your car because it's going too fast. We're going to change blah 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 characteristics of your car. Really, would you accept that? And is that something that actually happens? I don't know, but I presume it's not something that happens. So really, that's just my opinion. Of course, I'm just one person. Yes, I own the ship. I don't play the ship a lot, but you know, I do own the ship. So you can say, of course, I'm going to be biased because I own it. I'm actually more worried because I don't have confidence in buying premium content from Wargaming if they can just decide to change it when they feel like it. This match is going to end pretty soon. It's a reasonably good match. The matchmaking's favourable for me because I am tier 9 and it's, if I'm not mistaken, it was tier 7 to tier 9 matchmaking. So yeah, just my opinion. I'm sure people will say that, you know, he's biased because he owns the ship. You're welcome to check how many games I've played in the ship if you really want to. I don't spam the ship. Yeah. So enjoy the match and, yeah. Thank you for listening to me and thanks for watching.